On a lighter note now, vodka, sex and violence. A new film by famous director David Cronenberg seems to bring back a lot of old stereotypes. Our London correspondent Darya Pushkova decided to take a closer look.
Murder, sex, prostitution and the Russian mafia take over London. That's the image created by The Eastern Promises, the latest movie by David Cronenberg, that is to hit London cinema screens at the end of October. A network of Russian crime lords and bloodthirsty assassins. That's what it's all about. Russia is no longer home to Tolstoy, Dostoevsky and the Bolshoi Theatre, but a fatherland of cruelty and provocation. The heroes in the movie use foul language, sing Russian songs, drink vodka, eat borscht and generally embody the worst stereotypes about Russia. David Papava plays a Chechen killer, seeking revenge on the Russian who murdered his brother. David has lived in London for 10 years. He says the subject of bad Russians is once again back in fashion.
This idea that Russians are only criminals or prostitutes or drug dealers or FSB people, that's actually bullshit. Yes, unfortunately press, TV and cinema create this kind of image, which is very unfortunate. And we know so well that in Soviet Union there was great culture life.
Natalia considers herself a Londoner after 15 years of building her life here. She's also appalled.
I think it's depressive. And it should be different. Because I don't think so that we all came here to be looked at as part of mafia country or part of some prostitute country. We are very educated people and we have lots of things to share of our culture.
But it's not just the movies. A recent computer game, World in Conflict, is set in 1989 and pursues a what-if scenario where the Soviet Union doesn't collapse and instead pursues a course of war to remain in power. So if you ask the users, what are Russians like in the games?
Former KGB agents that were selling or buying weapons, etc.
They like drinking vodka, and it's Russians, isn't it?
I don't know, they like being in charge shooting people.
Another game, Call of Duty version 4, is due out at the end of the year. It's also about fighting with the Russians.
This alleged threat is coming from the east. The Russians are once again, as during the Cold War, portrayed as evil, be it in computer games, movies or front pages of the newspapers. They look scarier than plague and communism, and with the phantoms of the past hovering over London, it is really now up to the consumer to divide the world of fiction and reality. Darya Pushkova, Russia Today, London.